You're standing in the middle of a 150,000 square foot warehouse, clutching a $5 rotisserie chicken, and feeling like you've officially hacked the system. But look down at your cart. That massive, 200-ounce jug of liquid laundry detergent sitting in the bottom rack? It's actually losing its cleaning power every single day it sits in your laundry room. Most people have no idea that liquid detergent has a kill date. After about 6 months to a year, the enzymes that actually break down stains start to destabilize and lose their punch. If you aren't running a commercial laundromat or washing clothes for a family of 12, you're likely using dead soap by the time you reach the bottom of that heavy plastic tub. You're paying for a premium brand, but getting a bargain bin clean because the chemistry literally doesn't hold up in bulk. I spent 15 years behind the scenes at Costco, moving from the stocking floor to inventory management. I've seen the shrink reports, I've handled the frustrated returns, and I've watched thousands of smart shoppers make the exact same mistakes every Saturday morning. We're conditioned to believe that a lower price per ounce is an automatic win for the budget. But I'm here to tell you that math doesn't matter if the product fails before you finish it. That giant cart is often just a high-speed lane to the trash can. We're going to break down the 8 specific items that are absolute traps, starting with the stuff that's currently losing its potency in your pantry right now. Take a look at the spice aisle. It's one of the most tempting sections in the entire warehouse. A massive container of ground cinnamon or garlic powder for the same price as a tiny glass jar at a standard grocery store feels like a total steal. But here's the secret the warehouse managers don't want you to realize. Spices don't technically expire in a way that makes you sick, but they do die. The volatile oils that give spices their flavor and health benefits start evaporating the moment they're ground. If you aren't running a professional kitchen, that 2-year supply of paprika is going to taste like flavorless sawdust by month 5. You're essentially seasoning your food with color dust. If you've ever wondered why your home cooking doesn't have that pop anymore, check the best by date on that gallon-sized oregano. You aren't saving money, you're just ruining your dinner. But it gets even more expensive when we talk about the pantry staples we've been told to stock up on. Think about those twin packs of massive mayonnaise jars, or those industrial-sized jugs of vegetable oil. It seems like a no-brainer for a big family. But the second you break that seal, the clock starts ticking. Oxidation is a brutal enemy. For high-fat or oil-based products, they go rancid significantly faster than you think once oxygen hits the bottle. Unless you're deep frying a turkey every weekend, that oil is going to develop an off smell and a bitter taste long before you reach the bottom. You aren't saving $4. You're wasting $10 on a product that ends up half empty in the garbage because it's literally spoiled. The warehouse layout is specifically designed to make you feel like you're prepping for an apocalypse, but your kitchen isn't a bunker. It's a place where food goes to get forgotten. I've seen families return half-used jars of condiments because they tasted funny, and I have to be the one to tell them it's because it sat in their fridge for 9 months. If you're starting to look at your pantry a little differently right now, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm pulling back the curtain on the entire warehouse industry to make sure your membership actually pays for itself instead of just funding corporate waste. Now, if you think the food waste is bad, wait until you hear about the danger lurking in your medicine cabinet, because this next one isn't just about losing money, it's about losing protection. I know exactly what you're thinking. Cody, it's just ibuprofen. It's a shelf-stable pill. It lasts forever. That's the exact trap the warehouse layout wants you to fall into when you're staring at a twin pack of 500-count bottles for the price of one small bottle at the drugstore. Feels like a massive win for your wallet, right? But here's the reality. Unless you're running a small clinic or treating a literal army, you are never going to finish one. 000 tablets before they hit their expiration date. And unlike spices, where the flavor just fades, when medication expires, the chemical potency actually begins to degrade. You're reaching for a pain reliever during a midnight migraine, and it's only working at 60% or 70% of its original strength, because those pills have been sitting in your humid bathroom cabinet for 3 years. I've seen members come back to the returns desk absolutely frustrated because their bulk deal failed them when they needed it most. You aren't just losing money here, you're losing the efficacy of your own health care. It's a classic case of the perceived value outweighing the actual utility. You're essentially paying for a bottle of placebo by the time you reach the bottom half of that second jar. But it gets even worse when we move from the medicine cabinet to your skincare routine. Those massive, twin-pack pump bottles of high-end facial moisturizer or sunscreen. They look like an incredible deal, especially when you see the department store brands at warehouse prices. But skincare, specifically anything with active ingredients like vitamin C, retinol, or even SPF, is incredibly sensitive to light and air. Every time you pump that bottle, you're introducing oxygen and bacteria into a massive reservoir of product. If you aren't slathering that lotion on your entire body every single morning, that deal is going to separate, oxidize, and lose its protective qualities long before you're halfway through. I've seen $50 bargain creams turn a nasty shade of orange because the vitamin C stabilized into something that actually causes more harm than good to your skin. Now, you might be asking, what about the healthy stuff? Surely the snack aisle is safe, right? That's where the health halo trap gets you. You see a massive 2-pound bag of organic kale chips or veggie straws and think, hey, I'm being responsible and saving money. But here's the secret. These healthy snacks are often less processed and contain fewer preservatives than the standard junk food. That's great for your body, but it's terrible for your shelf life. The moment you open that giant foil bag, the clock starts ticking at double speed. Unless you have a house full of teenagers who can polish off a pound of chips in one sitting, that healthy snack is going to be stale, chewy, and frankly, gross within 72 hours. You end up throwing away the bottom third of the bag because nobody wants a soggy kale chip. You're paying a premium for organic, and then literally tossing that premium into the trash. I know this sounds like I'm telling you to stop shopping in bulk altogether, but stick with me. There is a way to win this game, but you have to know which items are designed to make you fail. If you're realizing your savings are actually just expensive clutter, drop a yes in the comments so I know you're with me. It's time we stop letting the warehouse dictate our budgets. And if you think a stale chip is bad, wait until you see what's happening in the produce and dairy sections, because this next one is the biggest hidden cost in the entire building. You've seen the fresh signs. They're bright, they're welcoming, and they lead you straight to those massive 5-pound clamshells of organic spinach or those 3-pound bags of broccoli florets. Feels like a nutritional victory. You're looking at that price tag and thinking, I'm getting triple the greens for the price of one tiny bag at the grocery store. But here's the cold, hard truth from someone who's spent years watching the inventory rotations. Produce is the #1 hidden tax at the warehouse. Unless you are a hardcore meal prepper or a literal rabbit, that spinach is going to turn into a bag of green slime in the back of your crisper drawer by Wednesday. I've seen the data. The average American household throws away nearly 30% of their fresh produce. When you buy in bulk, that percentage skyrockets. You aren't saving money. You're just paying Costco to let the food rot in your fridge instead of their warehouse. It's the same story with the condiment grave in the door of your refrigerator. Those twin packs of massive ketchup bottles or the gallon-sized jars of pickles. They seem like staples that last forever. But high-acid foods like pickles and certain mustard blends start to break down and lose their texture and zing long before you can dip your 1000th fry. You're essentially eating a degraded version of the product for 6 months just to save $3 on the front end. Now, I know this sounds like a total buzzkill. You might be asking, Cody, if all the good stuff is a trap, why am I even paying for this membership? Here's the secret to winning the game. You have to stop shopping with your aspirations and start shopping with your reality. The warehouse is designed to make you shop for the person you want to be. The person who cooks a 5-course organic meal every night and never eats a frozen pizza. To actually save money, you need to pivot. Buy the dry and die items, toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, and high-quality frozen proteins. Those are the items where the math actually works in your favor because they don't have a biological clock ticking against your bank account. If it can't survive a month in the pantry without losing its soul or its safety, leave it on the shelf. I've watched thousands of people walk out of those sliding glass doors feeling like they just won a marathon, only to realize 2 weeks later they've got a pantry full of dead spices and a fridge full of wilted dreams. Don't be that shopper. I know this might have changed how you look at your next Saturday morning run, but stick with me. I've got a whole series coming on the must-buys that actually make that membership fee disappear in savings. If you found this helpful, hit that like button so I know to keep the insider secrets coming. Now, if you want to see exactly which frozen items are actually better than the fresh ones, click the video on your screen right now. I'll see you over there.